Welcome back, guys, to the Minecraft Military Force. This is Arsenal update number 14. Again, thanks a lot to my Patreon supporters. Over 120 of you guys, so if you guys want to download the Arsenal world, we have Java and Bedrock. A link will be in the description. I recently finished up the K9 Thunder. This is a South Korean howitzer, 155mm, and Poland bought a bunch of these. Yeah, finally got this out of the way. That it looks like. And then right next door is the Dana. This is the Czechoslovakian 152mm howitzer. So yeah, it has this pretty cool color scheme camo used by the Czech army. And one of these were, or I don't know, probably more than one of these were sent to Ukraine. So, you know, this is the VZ-22, whatever that means. So here's how it looks like if it's just plain green. I learned they actually have like a machine gun turret up over here. And yeah, this will just angle up and fire. They also got the United States nuclear missile silo, the ICBM Minuteman 3. This is what the US uses for their land-based, the nuclear triad. I have one firing out like this. And then here is with the silo door open. You see this gigantic door thing, it kind of slides out like this. And it looks really cool. And then inside you can see right there, there is the missile. And I don't know, there's not much detail in here because I don't know what's inside a real life. It's kind of classified probably. Like the only photos you would see of this is like a video, but it's like really grainy and they shoot at night or something. And yeah, here's what it looks like close. So you can see it kind of like seals up like this, leaving it exposed like this trapezoid pattern or triangle. Then it comes out like this. So it would be really cool to get this animated, and they have lightning rods around it. I also have the Minuteman 3. There's a couple different liveries of it. I don't know what exactly is the ones in the actual nuclear silo right now, because some of them are like on display in the museums. They're all different. So I have a bunch of them here. Probably it's going to be looking like this one or this one though. I also have the Japanese Ground Self-Defense Force CH-47J Chinook. So yeah, I just put the Japanese army camo scheme on it. So it looks like this. The red sun on the sides, and yeah, it's a little bit different because it has like this, you know, this thing like that. It just sticks out. It's not like a bar that's in together like that. Maybe it's like an older Chinook helicopter though. You also have the Buk-M1. This is a surface-to-air missile used by the Russians and the Ukrainians and all the Soviet countries. Yeah, I've been wanting to build this for quite a long time. Yeah, it's used to shoot down Malaysia Airlines. That's like a primary reason why I also built it. It's a pretty iconic design. And I have several different variants here. So this one's just your standard plain green with like a number on the side. There's a missile firing. And then here's it, you know, transport mode. They actually face backwards, so it kind of rotates as it moves. Which, I don't know, it doesn't look that good. Like if you see in a parade, it looks like this. I prefer it, you know, with this thing facing forward because that will look better, but it's not usually like that. Then right here I have the Ukrainian army pixel camouflage like this with the yellow and the gray, I guess. And then here's another one. And then over here, this is the Russian one where they have like, you know, the markings like this, and they put like treads here on the sides. I don't know if it's for spare treads or like armor. There's what it looks like. It's also a bit different because like the type of missile they use, I'm going to put like, I made it so it's green like this, and it's a bit longer here in the middle section. And next to that, we have the Type 87 Guntank. This is an anti-aircraft gun used by the Japanese Ground Self-Defense Force yet again. And yeah, I just finished it like yesterday, I believe. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of the Gepard or like the Tunguska. We also have the Ukrainian Falcons, MiG-29. Yeah, it's a pretty cool scheme. I actually just learned of it today, so I built it, you know, this morning. And here's how it looks like. You know, there might still actually be some Ukrainian Falcons like livery aircraft today, because as recently as like 2022 they were still around. Like you could see them maybe modified or something like that. Here's how it looks like. Even though the aerobatics team, it kind of retired, like I believe 2001 or something, might actually still be around. Since I built that, I also built the Russian Knights, this Sukhoi Su-35S. So like one of their newer fighter jets. Yeah, the Russian Knights, that is their display team that's still active and performed recently like in Malaysia, I believe. I also finished up some 2.5 to 1 scale tanks, so I had these two tanks lying in my yard for such a long time doing nothing. So I decided, just put in a little bit of time to make it good enough to add to the arsenal. So here we have the T-72B3 of the Russian army. Z marking on the side's really huge. And got the log there in the back. Then we have the Ukrainian army T-64BV, mod 2017, as it was shown in like the 2021 parade. So yeah, the pixel camo and has the Ukrainian flag on the antenna. This tank also has the mud skirt here in the front. I also updated the FV101 Scorpion. This one's in the Irish Army camouflage. And the reason why it's that is because Kabi, the one he built a long time ago, was from the Irish Army. So I just wanted to replace it because it was so old. And yeah, here is the new looking design. It's a very small, light tank for reconnaissance. And behind that, we have, the Japanese Type 87. This one's the RCV Black Eye. Well, Black Eye is the nickname, so it's kind of like also a little recon vehicle as well. We also have a new tank. This one is the T-80UK. So it's the commander's version of the T-80U, which I have next door. And, I was always like researching about this. Obviously one of the main differences is the store system. Well, what I didn't know before, the store also has like these laser sensors right here on the top of the guns. So I started adding that to every tank that has the store. So if you go over here, the T-84, this says store, and then I put the pickles here in the middle on that one as well, and also on the T-90A Vladimir. Besides that, the T-80UK, it also has two antennas instead of just one. So yeah, it's a commander's tank. And I also painted it in green like this. I also did an update on the BMPs and BMDs. I would make the treads half a block width, so they're kind of like stair wheels like that. So they're much thinner and it's going to be a lot more accurate. And I did this for like the BMP2, the BMD4M, and also the BMP3. So yeah, all these new wheels like that. I also changed the headlights of the BMP2. So it's more like this, buttons instead of those candles I had before. And also have the BMP1. So I have the 1, the 2, and the 3 now. So the 1, it's a lot smaller than the rest. It's like 4 blocks wide. And look how small the turret is. It's just like a 2x2 like this. Very squashed compared to the BMP2. But yeah, I'm pretty glad I was able to add this to the arsenal. Obviously, this is like the Russian one because the markings. I also have a new Ural truck, but in real life, it's actually the old version of the Ural. It's the Ural 375D. So you can tell because this grill is kind of like solid black here in the middle. It's like a big rectangle. Well, like the newer ones, they have the grills like this. And yeah, I just want to build this because, they're still actually using this vehicle. So yeah, here is a new Ural design. I still need to redo the Ural 4320. But yeah, this is the old school design. And I also have this one. Sometimes they actually change the snorkel, so it's like a tall snorkel like that. So that's why I added that. This one, they have the tarp removed. So yeah, you can just put like troops in here, riding inside of a Ural truck. Very nice. And I also added the BM21 Grad version of it. So yeah, here is the older Ural. And another reason why it's also the older Ural, you can tell because it has this small air intake right there. The newer model ones, they have this black one. Huge, but sometimes it can have the small one as well though. And yeah, they also, like the BMP21 Grad version, they also have the exhaust like underneath the front, so kind of like a little bit hanging down over here. That's why I learned. So yeah, this is the new BM21 design. It's thicker all the way. I'm using more debug stick stuff. Small little light on the side. And right over here, this is like the Russian army version. I just put Z marking on the side of the cap, and that's basically the only difference. I also built the Japanese Chinook. This is the CH-47F. So it's in the JGSDF livery with nice camouflage. And I think it's a bit of an older design because if it compared to my other Chinook, it doesn't have these bars in the middle between them. This one does. Yeah, here is how it looks like. And some future projects I'm working on right now, it's like the K10. This is the ARV, the ammunition reloader for the K9. I also want to get the Type 99 howitzer for Japan. Got some scimitars here, and here are some, Japanese vehicles. Also gonna get some helicopters as well. And maybe we might get an Iris-T. Back over there, we got an E3 Sentry. Then over here's the new Tu-95 MS I'm working on. And here's the progress so far on the Tu-160. Actually learned the way they enter the aircraft is through this ladder underneath this part. And also have the Ohio class submarine here on the way. So now an update on the Nimitz aircraft carrier, which I know a lot of guys are waiting upon. So the main thing that's new is actually I added interior for the island, like 3 levels here. So the top level, I believe it's called the Pry Fly right there. So yeah, I had to go do a lot of research, watch a bunch of videos, and eventually I found one where you go inside here. So yeah, I added the interior. Looks like this. And even a little bit like a staircase, but I don't want to build like the entire thing, If we go down to the next level, here is, I don't know, I think it's called a bridge yeah, I think it's called the bridge, and it's like where they actually steer the ship, steering wheel right there. And here's a look at the interior. They got a bill, and yeah, it's a pain to actually build everything, but I finally managed to do it, and I even added some Minecraft doors, so maybe there's a little Minecraft-y thing you can do. And then for the next level down here, this is the flag bridge. Here's how that looks like. So this is the bottom level. You can kind of see like the aircraft, coming out like this. Some chairs as well. So yeah, that is, the main thing that's different. And I don't know if I showed you this last time. Here's the camera room. And another thing I recently did was, go down here to the hangar level. Actually made the door wider, so it's 4 blocks wide, and I shifted some things around. So it's a bit more accurate because I had some stuff it wasn't aligning properly. Now I aligned it, so it fits a lot better according to the pictures. And then, yeah, here's how the hangar looks like so far. It was such a pain adding all this detail, but I'm still not done. Then here's all the inside. I need to like realign all these lamps because yeah, in real life it's not perfect. They're all over the place. And yeah, here's how the interior looks like so far. I started moving like these striped lines, 1 block further back just to be more accurate. And I changed the color of this, added more stuff, and then moved things around. And I expanded this part. This part originally I made it too narrow, so now it's wider. The ceiling here is dropped down, so that's more accurate. Yeah, we still have a long ways to go. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you guys want to consider becoming a Patreon, or you can download my Arsenal World, check out the link in the description. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.